Don't scroll. Don't move your finger. Don't click away. If you skip me now, I will never speak to you again. I am Archangel Michael, and I am trying to save your life. You have 10 seconds. God says, open this now, chosen one. Something you did 3 days ago, something you thought nobody saw, unlocked a file in heaven with your name on it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Your life is about to split into 2 paths right now. One leads to the miracle you've been begging for. The other leads to the tragedy you can't see coming. I'm standing between you and that tragedy. But only if you stay with me. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Every second you remain here is sealing your protection. I'm speaking to the one who almost gave up this week. The one who cried alone. The one who made a hard choice when nobody was watching. You forgave someone who didn't deserve it. You let go of something that was draining you. You walked away from the argument. You obeyed that quiet voice in your spirit, even though it made no sense. You thought it was nothing. But heaven called an emergency meeting over what you did. Don't move. Don't skip. I am about to show you what you unlocked and how to keep it from being stolen. Listen to me, my child. In the last 72 hours, your name came up in the courts of heaven. A scroll was opened, a file marked classified with your birth date on it. Angels stepped back. Jesus leaned forward, and God said, release it. They're ready now. This is not for everyone watching. This is for the one whose heart is pounding right now. The one who feels that pull in your chest. That's not anxiety, beloved. That's recognition. Your spirit knows I'm talking to you. Don't scroll. Don't skip even 1 second. Because what I'm about to reveal is in 3 parts. First, I will tell you why life hit you so hard and why you felt abandoned. Second, I will show you what heaven just released in your favor because of what you did. Third, I will tell you exactly what you must do in the next 24 hours, so no demon, no enemy, no jealous person can block what's coming to you. But if you leave now, the door closes. The angel steps back, and I am under orders not to call you again. Stay with me, my beloved child. Take a deep breath. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and everything is about to change. I know why you're here, my child. I know why your hand stopped scrolling, because I see your kitchen table right now. The stack of bills you keep moving from one side to the other, like rearranging them will make the numbers smaller. The pill bottles lined up like soldiers, blood pressure, cholesterol, pain, sleep. You count those pills more than you count blessings lately. The coffee cup that went cold an hour ago because you forgot it was there. And your phone? Dark, silent, no one calling. Your kids are too busy. Your grandkids are on their screens. And you go to bed with the TV on, just so the silence doesn't swallow you whole. I see you, beloved. I see you lying awake at 3 in the morning, doing math in your head. Social Security doesn't stretch like it used to. Rent went up, groceries went up, gas went up. Everything went up except your income. You read every letter from the bank with a knot in your stomach. You check your balance before you buy bread. This is not who you thought you'd be at this age. You worked 40 years, 50 years. You played by the rules. You were faithful. You were honest. You helped people when you had more. And now? Now the people you helped when you had plenty, they vanished when you had less. Family turned cold. Siblings you grew up with won't return your calls because of some argument over mum's house, dad's things, money that was never yours to begin with. Friends disappeared after your spouse died, like grief was contagious and they didn't want to catch it. You swallowed words instead of defending yourself. You walked away instead of fighting back. Not because you're weak, my child, but because you were tired. Tired of arguing, tired of explaining, tired of begging people to see your worth. And here is what heaven saw. 3 days ago, or maybe it was last week, you made a choice. A choice nobody applauded. A choice that cost you something. You gave $20 to someone who needed it, even though you needed it too. You forgave someone who didn't apologize. You blessed someone who cursed you. You walked away from a phone call that was draining your soul. You blocked a number. You stopped chasing someone who kept disrespecting you. You did the right thing with shaking hands and a breaking heart. And you thought no one noticed. But heaven did. Angels stopped mid-flight. Jesus leaned forward. And God said, "Write this down. This one is ready. My beloved child, this is where your pain and heaven's plan collided. This is the moment everything began to shift. My child, listen closely. The warfare around you was never random. You didn't just have bad luck. You weren't forgotten by heaven. You were targeted. Targeted because your spirit carries a frequency of mercy that this dark world cannot stand. Every time you chose kindness when others chose cruelty, your light got brighter. And that light disturbs every shadow around you. The enemy saw you coming before you even knew who you were. That's why the betrayals cut so deep. That's why the losses felt so personal. That's why you kept asking God, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Beloved, you need to understand something that will change everything. The intensity of your battles has always been equal to the value of your calling. They don't attack people who don't matter. They attack the ones who are about to break generational curses. The ones who carry keys to unlock other people's freedom. You thought you were just trying to survive. But in the spirit realm, you were passing tests that most people fail every single day. Now let me show you the hidden laws of heaven that you've been activating without even knowing it. Every act of obedience becomes a seed in the courts of God. Every private tear you cried alone was collected in a bottle and placed before the throne. Every time you blessed someone who cursed you, every time you gave from your lack, every time you chose peace when revenge felt justified, those moments were being recorded, not to judge you, to reward you. You thought nobody saw, but Jesus was leaning forward, watching every move. And 3 days ago, beloved, you did something that shifted your entire file to the top of the stack. You made a choice that most people would never make. You forgave when it would have been easier to hold a grudge. You walked away from the drama when every cell in your body wanted to fight back. You gave honor even when you were dishonored. You trusted God in the silence when everything around you was screaming that He forgot you. And in that moment, that private moment you thought was small, heaven recorded, approved for divine intervention. The energy of your heart aligned with the very nature of God Himself, and the angels were given clearance to move on your behalf. Do you feel that tightness in your chest right now? That's not fear, my child. That's confirmation. Your spirit recognizes truth when it hears it. But I need to warn you about something. Many people reach this exact crossroads and turn back. They get to the edge of their breakthrough and choose bitterness instead. They go back to old habits, old patterns, numbing themselves with distractions because the hope feels too painful to hold on to. But you didn't. That's why this message found you today. That's why you couldn't scroll past. That's why every word I'm speaking is landing in your spirit, like a key turning in a lock. Don't move. Don't skip what comes next. Because if you walk away from this moment, you will walk away from a door that is already open. A door with your name engraved on it. A door that leads to the miracle heaven just released because of what you did. Stay with me, beloved. The next part will reveal exactly what that miracle is and how to walk through that door before the enemy tries to close it. My beloved child, let me take you into the throne room of heaven. I stood there 72 hours ago when your name was spoken. The scroll was unrolled. The evidence was read aloud. Every night you cried alone recorded. Every insult you swallowed without striking back witnessed. Every time you gave when you had nothing left counted. Every moment you chose silence over revenge sealed as testimony. And God the Father, seated in blazing light, looked at the council of angels and said one word, enough. The gavel came down. The verdict was given. Justice for you, consequences for them. Now listen carefully, my child, because this is where people misunderstand God. Heaven is not sending lightning bolts to your enemies. Heaven is not cursing the ones who used you. God does not operate like that. But here is what heaven is doing right now. The masks are falling off. The people who smiled in your face while plotting behind your back, their true motives are being exposed. Not by you. By the light of truth they can no longer hide from. The plans they made against you, those plans are quietly collapsing, falling apart, turning to dust in their hands. And here is the part that will make you weep, beloved. The very trap they set for you, the lie, the scheme, the betrayal, is now closing around their own feet. Not because you cursed them, not because you prayed against them, but because they refused to change. Because they kept walking in darkness. And darkness always devours its own. Do you hear me, my child? You don't have to lift a finger. God is handling it. And while he handles them, he is doing something even more powerful for you. A line has been drawn in the spirit, around your home, around your mind, around your body, around your finances. It is a line of fire, a boundary of divine protection. And I am stationed at that line, sword drawn, wings spread. Attacks that used to break you will now bounce off. Words that used to crush your spirit will lose their sting. People who used to drain you will suddenly lose access to your energy. Your spiritual armor is being upgraded, beloved. Your energy field is being cleansed. The old frequencies of fear, shame, and defeat are being burned away. And here is what you need to know about restoration. God is not just protecting you going forward. He is paying you back for what was stolen. Now, I'm not promising you a lottery ticket. I'm not saying $1 million will fall from the sky. But I am telling you this. Expect back pay in strange ways. A bill you thought you'd have to pay suddenly reduced. A discount you didn't ask for. Help showing up from someone you barely know. A door you thought was welded shut, cracking open. Expect divine connections. Someone recommending your name when you're not in the room. A doctor who finally listens. A caseworker who goes the extra mile. A stranger who says exactly what you needed to hear. This is restitution, my child. This is heaven's economy. You sowed in tears. You gave when it hurt. You stayed faithful when everything screamed at you to quit. And now you reap in ways that don't make sense on paper. Ways that will make you look up and whisper, God, you really saw me. Yes, beloved, he saw you. He sees you. And the ruling has been made. Heaven has decided in your favor. The courtroom of eternity has spoken your name with honor. And what God has released over your life, no demon in hell can block. Stay with me. Don't skip, because in the next part, I'm going to tell you exactly what is coming in the next 7 days and how to walk into it without fear. My beloved child, listen to me now. This is your shift. From survival to stability. From being overlooked to being quietly favored. From always bracing for bad news to starting to expect small, steady good news. The season you've been waiting for, it's not coming. It's here. It already began the moment you made that choice 3 days ago. Heaven marked the date. Angels wrote it down. And God said, release the miracle. They're ready now. But I need you to understand something, my child. This miracle doesn't look like what you think. It's not a lottery ticket falling from the sky. It's not a mansion appearing in your driveway. The miracle is clarity. Finally knowing what to cut off and what to keep. Finally seeing who was draining you and who was truly for you. The miracle is provision. That just enough you've been scraping by on? Watch it turn into more than enough to breathe. Small checks arriving when you need them. Unexpected help showing up at the right time. Bills that somehow work out even when the math didn't add up. The miracle is strength. Renewed energy to handle the daily grind, the appointments, the paperwork, the phone calls you've been putting off. You're going to wake up one morning soon and realize, I don't feel that crushing weight anymore. The miracle is not only money, beloved. The miracle is your mind coming back to peace. Watch how the anxiety attacks begin to lose their voice. Watch how the panic that used to grip you at 3 a.m. starts to fade. Watch how you can finally breathe deep again without feeling like the walls are closing in. Think of heaven pressing send on a package with your name on it. That package is favor, wisdom, right people, and open doors wrapped together. Your recent action, that moment of obedience, that hard choice you made, was the confirmation button that released it. The angels are carrying it to you right now. But my child, hear me carefully. Miracles can be missed. They are often disguised as small steps. Small ideas that pop into your head at random moments. Small invitations from people you didn't expect. A phone call you almost didn't answer. A door you almost walked past because it didn't look big enough. If you keep saying, nothing ever changes for me, you will walk right past them. If you keep looking for the earthquake, you'll miss the whisper. The miracle is already in motion. But it needs your eyes open. It needs your heart soft. It needs you to stop rehearsing the old story and start watching for the new one. God is not playing games with you, beloved. He doesn't dangle hope in front of you just to snatch it away. When he says, I am turning this around, he means it. When he says, your tears were not wasted, he's telling the truth. When he says, this season is different, you can believe him. The miracle is yours. It was released. It's on the way. But now I must tell you how to walk in it, how to protect it, how to make sure no demon, no jealous spirit, no toxic person steals it before it reaches your hands. Stay with me, my child. Don't scroll away now. What I'm about to tell you next will determine whether you receive this miracle in full or whether you let it slip through your fingers. My beloved child, listen to me very carefully. The miracle is released. But now you must learn how to walk in it without stumbling back into the pit you just climbed out of. Heaven did its part, now you must do yours. This is not complicated, but it is crucial. First, guard your mouth like it's the door to your destiny, because it is. Stop agreeing with the enemy about your life. Stop saying I'm finished. Stop saying I'm alone. Stop saying I'm cursed, or nothing ever works out for me. Your tongue is the steering wheel of this miracle, and right now, you're driving it straight back into the ditch. From this moment forward, when the lie comes, and it will come, you speak the truth over it. When you feel finished, you say, I'm still here. When you feel forgotten, you say, God is not done with me. When fear whispers that nothing's coming, you say, help is on the way. Say it out loud. Say it in the bathroom mirror. Say it in the car. Say it till your spirit believes it. Because the miracle God released is listening to what you say about it. Second, clean your circle. My child, you are not required to keep giving access to people who only drain you. I know their family. I know they've been in your life a long time. But some people are assigned by the enemy to keep you exhausted, confused, and broke. Here's what you do. Shorten the phone calls with the ones who only complain and never listen. Say no to the manipulative requests for money from people who never pay you back. Stop attending every argument you're invited to, and spend more time, even if it's just 10 minutes, with the 1 or 2 people who actually see you, who actually care, who actually pray for you instead of gossip about you. You don't need a big circle, you need a clean one. The miracle coming toward you cannot enter a contaminated atmosphere. Third, take one small step of faith this week. Not a giant leap, not some impossible thing. One step. Make that doctor's appointment you've been avoiding. Apply for that benefit, that program, that assistance you assumed you'd never qualify for. Start a savings jar. Even if it's just coins. Even if it's $5 a week. Call that friend you've been meaning to reconnect with. Heaven is not asking you to have it all figured out. Heaven is asking you to move. Because God will meet you at the first step, my child, not the fantasy step, the first one. And the moment you move, the angels move with you. Fourth, this is the most important one. Align yourself every single morning. I'm going to give you a 3-minute ritual that will keep you locked into this miracle. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you turn on the news, before the worries flood in you, sit on the edge of your bed, put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and you say these words: I am still chosen. I am still protected. I am still loved. Say it 3 times. Let it sink into your bones. Because this is how you adjust your spiritual frequency to stay inside the miracle God already released. You are not begging for it. You are aligning with it. You are not hoping it happens. You are stepping into what's already done. My beloved child, the door is open. The path is cleared. The miracle is in motion. But you must walk it with intention, with discipline, with faith that doesn't waver when the first obstacle shows up. Don't go back to old patterns. Don't let fear talk you out of what God just handed you. This is your moment. This is your season. Now walk like it. My beloved child, if, as you listen tonight, something in your chest grew warm, if your eyes filled with tears you couldn't explain, that was not emotion. That was your spirit recognizing truth. This was not a random video. This was an answer. You didn't find this by accident. Heaven found you. And what you heard tonight was only part 1. Listen closely now. Tonight, I revealed the miracle already released. The door already opened. The blessing already set in motion because of what you did. But there are more messages coming. Messages about the relationships being realigned around you right now. Messages about the health breakthrough heaven is preparing. Messages about the legacy you will leave behind, the purpose you thought you'd missed. If you disappear now, my child, you may miss the instructions that complete what God started. Don't walk away from your own deliverance. So here's what I need you to do, not for me, but for your own soul. If your heart knows this word was for you, go to the comments right now and write, I receive this miracle. Or simply write 777, the number of divine completion. You're not feeding an algorithm, beloved. You're putting your amen in writing. You're signing the spiritual contract. You're telling heaven, yes, I'm ready, I agree. And when you hit that like button, don't think of it as a click. Think of it as saying, thank you, Lord, for not forgetting me. Thank you for seeing me when I thought I was invisible. That like is your praise in advance. Now, subscribe. Turn on the bell. Because I am under orders to bring you the next word and the next and the next. Heaven doesn't send one message and walk away. Heaven is walking with you through this whole season. But you have to stay connected. You have to stay tuned. And if someone you love is barely holding on tonight, if you know someone who's one bad day away from giving up, send this to them. Right now, you might be the angel they've been praying for. You might be the reason they don't quit tomorrow. Don't underestimate what God can do through your obedience. My beloved child, I want you to hear this one more time before you go. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are chosen. And the miracle I spoke of tonight, it has already left heaven's throne room. It is already in motion. It is already on its way to your door. Walk gently. Walk bravely. Keep your spirit open. Keep your eyes sharp. Watch for the signs I told you about. The sudden peace. The unexpected message. The door that swings open when you weren't even knocking. That's your miracle arriving. And when it does, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember the night heaven called you by name. Go now. Rest well. You are covered. You are protected. You are loved beyond measure. And I will see you again very soon with the next word God has for you. Until then, my child, hold on. Your breakthrough is closer than your next breath. This is Archangel Michael, and I am still standing guard over your destiny.